Hi there, this is Andrew Bronsky, and this screencast is for OTF Connects looking at Planboard. Thank you all for joining me. And so we're starting off here and looking at the very basics of Planboard, getting logged in, and how to set up your subjects in your semester or your calendar year. So first off, I'm just here at www.chalk.com, and I'm going to go and log in myself right now. Now, I'm already logged in, so it's going to bounce me in right away. If this is your first time coming to chalk.com, you'll have a few options to sign in. They have automatic sign in with Google, Microsoft Office, Edmodo, and Facebook, so you can use those accounts, or you can click sign up and put in any email you'd like to sign up as well too. Once you're in, you'll see a dashboard, something along these lines, and you can see that chalk.com has a variety of options to use for your classroom. So you can see they have Planboard here, Markboard, which is for online assessments. It's kind of like a grade book. You can track your attendance online here if you like. Resources is a way to share lesson plans within a school or department with some of the teachers. Stages for tracking your curriculum expectations. And there's a bunch of admin tools in here as well too. The focus today and for this specific video here is going to be getting set up with Planboard though. To do that, I'm going to jump into my dashboard here and go and click on semesters. If you're creating your account for the first time today and you haven't created it before, you'll probably come to something that looks like this right off the bat. I'll ask you to kind of go through the setup of setting up your semester here too. You can see I have a bunch of previous semesters here too, and one of the great functions that Planboard has is that once you've created a course or for your lesson plans for a grade for a year and you've used that year and finished it, you can come over here and click the migrate section. You can actually bring a course forward into a new year and bring all your lesson plans with you into the new calendar year for you, which is a really, really great tool. It's been a huge time saver for me, but we're going to look at starting from scratch today. So I go in here and click on add semester. Again, you can also use a previous semester if you want, or for most of us starting off, we'll look at creating a new semester here. So once you come to create your semester, it's going to ask you to name it, pick a date and time, and look at what days of the week you're teaching here too. Once you can't overlap dates, so because I've already created my first semester for this school year, I'm going to go up and set up a second semester for me too. So I'm going to go Sem2 2017-18. You can choose your start dates here, so you can look through the calendar. And I'm going to start this off on February the 5th and go for an end date of June 29th. It defaults to checking off Monday through Friday for most school days, but if that's not your calendar, you can check those, uncheck some days here, or if you want to have the weekends included, you can do that as well in your planner. So after I've got this basic setup here, I'm going to click Create. And now I'm brought to the screen where I can look at adding in these subjects or courses I'm teaching for that year. You can see what semester you're in here, and we come up here and click on Add Subject. There's a variety of options for each here. You can add as many or as little as you like. So I'm going to start off here and say Math. You can also color code as well. I suggest you choose a different color for each course, because when you get to actually your timetable and your lesson planner, the color coding is a very nice way to look at it here. The other thing you're going to notice here is you can search for standards and expectations, and in Ontario, they have all of the Ontario curriculum here. I highly recommend you actually add this in because it allows you to track your curriculum in your lesson planning throughout. So for example, if here, I'm going to go Ontario grade 6 math. And so I can see here pops up. I can see it's the chalk official that you want to check. And so I'm going to tag that off, and now I've got those expectations in here. If you have multiple sections, you can play around with this too. I'm just going to leave it as one and click Save. And now I've got my math section added in here. I can go in here and add another subject. So I'm going here and say if I want to go Science. Again, I've got a variety of color options in here. And let's go green. And same thing for the curriculum. We go Ontario grade 6 Science. So I've got the Ontario Grade 6 Science and Technology here. Chalk official again, I'm going to select that. And again, I could keep going for this as many as I would like. Click Save. And you can keep going for as many subjects you like here too. Keep in mind, whatever you want in your planner is something you need to add in here. So for examples, if you want to include your prep time, lunch, a supervision, you would want to create those as a subject essentially to go and add into your timetable. Don't worry too much about getting it perfect right now. You can come back and edit this after the fact. You can add subjects on after the fact or delete them out too. So feel free to play around with it. Once you've added the subjects and you want to in here, you're going to go in here and click onto your timetable in the top right hand corner. I'll select timetable there. And I'm brought to this time late here to kind of create my timetable. One of the great things about Chalk is that it has a ton of options for how you can personalize your timetable. Almost every school operates differently, and there's a variety of options out there. So the place I recommend you starting off right here is in the top right, where it says your rotation schedule. The default here is weekly. Because there's options for a 2-week rotation, 3-week, 4-week, daily, 2 days, all the way up to 12 days here. So you can see you have a variety of options to kind of go and work through that space. I'm going to start off with a 5-day rotation here, for an example. You can also look at your semester settings here, so you click on that. Actually, this will bounce you out, so I'm going to leave this for right now and say cancel this. You can come back to these after the fact, and you can do things like adding in off days and things along those lines too. As you're going here, you can also save what you're working on. I'm just going to keep continuing here. So after I've got my rotation set, I can see I got A, B, C, D, and E here for my 5-day rotation. I'm going to go in here and click on Insert Class. So here you can pick a section. I got see my math and science sections here. And so say I have math, and I'm going to run from, let's say, 8:30 to 9:30. And I'm going to do this on day 1, 3, and 5. Check those off, and I click Insert, and I can see those sections are added in there too. If I don't want one of these, I can come up here and hover and click on the X. I can also click and drag to change the times here as well. And say I'm actually going to cover math down every day. I'm going to come back here, choose math again, and I'm going to switch it to day 2 and 4 now. And I'm going to run it from 9:30 to 10:30 in those days. I can insert there too. I can see that section of time in here too. I'm going to come back and continue on, and I'm going to go back to, actually let's take this day 2 and 4. I got my science here. Let's say I throw these in as 8:30 as well. And insert there. I can see there too. It will not let you overlap over times, but you can see here very quickly how you can build your schedule pretty simply. And again, you can personalize this and make it as detailed as you want. I know a lot of people in K-6 especially have a lot going on, and you can definitely personalize that in here and play around with them too. So those are the basic options there. If I come up here and click Save, I've got that saved there. I'm going back here and I try my semester settings here after I've saved it. And so I click on Sem 2 and click on Off Days. And here you can go ahead and add your holidays in as well too. So I click on Add Holidays here, choose your country, click Add, and it pulls up my default Fridays for those dates in the semester here too. You can also add in your own off days, so things like a PD day, for example. You can go in here and choose the dates for that. So say if I had one scheduled for a Friday 27th here, I can select that and add that in. And I highly recommend you go and do those, because as you're building lesson plans, it won't let you add anything in that day. And when you're doing some personalization and shifting of lesson plans later on, you can move them back and forth that way, and it will skip over those days for you. So I'm going to save that here. And once you've done that space there, you've got the basic setup of your semester, and you're kind of ready to go and do some lesson planning. Again, if I want to have a look at that here, go back and make some changes. I just come to my semester, click on Edit. I can see those places in here. If I want to change the actual time and dates for this, other options in here with my settings, I can jump into here from Planboard and go ahead and start my lesson planning there once I've created this. Okay, thank you very much for listening, and that is the basics for setting up a semester and creating your subjects or courses and getting them added into your lesson planner in Planboard here.